Hello and welcome. Difficult times can have a crippling effect on one's psyche. A clearly articulated vision for future can provide people with much needed hope to be in action. In the second article in the series, Leadership in the Post-COVID-19 World, we explore one of the most difficult but most critical tasks of a leader. That is, creating an energizing vision. If you have not yet viewed the first article, you can click the I button at the top of this video to access it. Also, please do subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new content that we are publishing every week. So, revisiting the change equation, we see that vision is the second component of transformation. When the dissatisfaction, that is D in the equation, is strong enough, people tend to go in self-preservation mode. The classic fight or flight options. If people are not able to see a new possibility for future in form of a consistent vision, fear and anxiety can propel them towards destructive actions. This is the time when leadership is most required. The first task of a leader here is to motivate himself or herself. It can be quite challenging to be motivated when the things are not going your way. One way out is to build upwards from the worst case scenario. Think, what if everything was lost? What if you had to start over from scratch? If you had a clean slate, what kind of organization would you want to build? Well, let me give you a little secret. The trick here is to start unconstrained and then temper the vision with all the current constraints. If you were free to design an organization your way, what would that organization look like in the future? What would it be accomplishing at that time? What would it be known for? Let's take an example. If you are in the business of food, what would you want your future clients to say about you? They could be saying, I love this outlet for the most exotic food. Or somebody might be saying, I get such a homely feeling, I like to be here. Or maybe, going there energizes me. The answer could be any or more. Pick those answers that you are most inspired by. In my experience, people act more on emotions and beliefs. Logic is mostly used to just justify what one has already decided. If you want your team to be enrolled in your vision, the vision needs to be extraordinary. Think about it. When people are ready to give and take lives for their religion or country, do you think it is because they have logically deduced it? No. It's because they believe that what they are working for is larger than them. It is because they think they are working towards a higher purpose. We will know that the vision is working well when people are so enrolled in the possibility that you have created that they are willing to go that extra mile so that they can make it a reality. So how do you enroll people into what inspires you? The first step, start with a mission. The mission of an organization spells out the purpose of the organization. For example, Disney used to have a very simple but very powerful mission statement. Make people happy. Any employee of Disney, irrespective of what they are doing, it is to make people happy. Something that is larger than life. Let's take up another example. When I was working with a paint company, the new leadership that came in gave us the mission, adding color to people's lives. Now, this was very different from just saying we manufacture paint. This was a big shift at the emotional level and was critical in preparing us to take on competition that was 4 times our size in our market. So once a mission is established, next step, come up with a vision of what the world would look like once we start achieving our mission. Now you can do this by getting the leadership team together, or you could co-create this with an influential section of the organization, or you could do it by yourself. Do remember, the objective is to emotionally engage people for a transformation journey. So think of your transformation journey like a rocket. In order to find your place amongst the stars, you need to overcome the resistance, which is the gravity of the earth. So if your transformation journey was a rocket, the fuel that creates the thrust to propel the rocket is the vision. All the emotion and belief in what can be done is what the vision does. The existing crisis, which is D, is the launch pad, the reason to leave the ground. But people will not support it if your rocket does not have a sound navigation system. The navigation system is the third component of the change equation. P, the process to get there. For people to rally around your vision, they need to believe that it is also achievable. We will discuss this aspect, the achievability, and the process to make change happen in the next article. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., we must accept finite disappointment, but not lose infinite hope.